Hello guys, good evening. Today we are going to discuss about VMware networking part. Okay, so one day I can, but I don't want it to speed up the classes since this is the mm, hot cake, heart of the VMware infrastructure, right? So today we are going to discuss about the virtual network introduction, right? Today, we are going to discuss about the virtual network introduction. Earlier classes, we gone through with the basic how the networking works between two computers and the different type of you know uh, servers, switch servers, how those switches will work, and how many type of subnets we have, right? If we have 24 by subnet, so we will get 256 IPs. So that calculation part, we had discussed about pure physical networking concepts in our earlier classes. Now, here we are going to cover the actual virtual network where you are going to work. So whatever the networking topic we had discussed, okay, Masud can understand. You can stay here with me. Yeah. So whatever we had discussed earlier, that is a physical network, which you guys are not going to work, but you guys have to know the concepts and the functionality, how it works. Then only you will get to know how this VMware network also will work. Okay. So before going to discuss about this, what exactly hypervisor will do, guys? I'm asking you.
It will host the VMs.
Sorry.
It will host the VMs.
Yeah, I mean asking what exactly hypervisor will do.
Operating system.
Okay, I need
It
a
will convert the
actual definition. What is hypervisor? What it does? You're lacking, guys. I can sense it. What is hypervisor? We have two type of hypervisors, right? So what is hypervisor?
It enables multiple VMs to work.
Yeah, those are the features. I'm asking what is hypervisor? Yeah, whatever you guys are saying, those are features. I'm asking what exactly will do this hypervisor.
converting human language into binary.
That is operating system. Operating system, what it will do? It is the mediator between human and machine. Machine can't understand the human language. So operating system act as a mediator between user and computer. Think
It will enable to share the resource to the VMs.
feature. This is also valid, but this is a feature. I
ESXi
need
is
a,
also called as hypervisor.
sorry, just a
The
minute. Window close. Again, okay, let me tell you now. See, guys, you guys have some two physical servers, okay? And how you are going to connect these two physical servers? Hmm? Some switch will be there, right? So you will be sitting in somewhere else. This is your laptop, right? This is your laptop, and there will be a connection between these two. right? So from here, you will get the access. Correct? So from here, you will just enter this physical server ID rack IP, and you will just get the access from here, and you will install the ESXi. What exactly ESXi will do? ESXi also one of the hypervisor, bare metal hypervisor. We have two type of hypervisors. One is bare metal hypervisor, another one is hosted infra. Hosted infra is only for the practicing purpose. We have the example called Windows Workstation, not Windows Workstation, VMware Workstation. I'm sorry. And bare metal hypervisor means example is ESXi. What ESXi will do? This is my question.
Which converts the physical resource into virtual layers.
Yeah, this is the exact definition of the hypervisor. Okay, hypervisor is nothing but it will virtualize the physical resources. Okay, so what are the physical resources we have? RAM, CPU, hard disk, and network also. Okay, so in our computer, like if you will install the ESXi on top of the physical server, you guys know that we can able to split this RAM, CPU, and hard disk, and we can share it across the virtual machines. We know that, right? And before going to say about the network, I wanted to ask you one question. You guys already connected to me through Zoom, right? And maybe Soumya or like any one of you guys connected through laptop. Which network is connected to that laptop to access my screen? Some internet provider is providing the internet, right? Correct, huh? It could be Wi-Fi, it could be Airtel, or it could be anything. And now in my laptop also, I have the network adapter. Okay, that network adapter connected to Wi-Fi at my flat. And how many network adapters will be there in our laptop? Guys, any idea? Yes or no? Guys, any?
No, no.
Where it will locate? Where it will be? Any idea? Hmm? I wanted to show you where exactly it locates. If you, yeah, so in your laptop, if you wanted to connect to the internet, you will use the Ethernet cable, right? That blinker, where you will insert. You can see this kind of symbol in your laptop. If I'm not wrong, this one. Can you see that?
Yes.
In your laptop. That is called a network adapter, guys. Okay, in your laptop or in my laptop, anywhere in the world, you can get only one network adapter. And you can able to connect it to the internet only one provider. See, now I had connected to the Wi-Fi, Excitel internet provider. I can't connect at a time with another network. In your mobile also, adapter will be there. If you are using Airtel, you can use Airtel internet. You can't use another internet, right? But when it comes to the VMware, Now we know 100 GB can be splitted and it can be shared across the virtual machines. Of course, CPU also and hard disk also. Hard disk we are not going to use for virtual machines allocation. Why? Because in this 200 GB, we will install the ESXi and we will connect it to the shared storage and we will provide the hard disk from shared storage. It could be FC storage, it could be ISKC storage as we know. And basically what I am trying to inform you guys here, the VMware ESXi virtualizes compute resources, storage, network, and applications also. So these many areas the ESXi can virtualize. So whenever you are installing the ESXi, what you are going to do, if you wanted to access this ESXi, which one IP you are assigning, right? That IP what we used to call? What we used to call? Any idea?
What, Sama?
We are installing ESXi. And once we install the ESXi, while during the configuration time, we are going to configure the ESXi IP, right?
FQDM.
No, IP. ESXi IP we are configuring, right? What is that IP?
IPv4.
IPv4 only. And if you, Soumya or Karthik, could you please share your screen and logging into the ESXi?
I'm on mobile.
Okay, Soumya, is that possible for you or it will take some time?
No, I'm ready. I'll do it.
Yeah, please share your screen. Just share your screen. I'll be back just 2 minutes.
Is it visible?
Soumya, it's visible.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back. So as I told you guys, so ESXi will virtualize compute resources, storage, and network. If you click on network, just click on the network. Yeah. So you had given IP, right? ESXi IP, right? While configuring the ESXi network, you had given 192.168.1.150, right, Soumya?
Yes, Sama.
Yeah. Can you click on the management? See, here you already created one virtual machine.
Yes.
Okay. And if you are seeing VM network, right side under the VMs, one is there. Is it there? Virtual VM network? No, not here. Click on network. And right side, you are seeing, now we are in port groups. If you are coming to virtual switches, This is the virtual switch. What I'm trying to say here is, just stay here. When you will install the ESXi on physical server, one virtual switch will create automatically. When it will create, when you will configure the ESXi IP, like in DC UI bar, what we are going to do, we'll click on F2, root username and password, and we will go to the configure management network. So you are giving the ESXi IP. ESXi IP is nothing but management network IP to manage the ESXi. Okay, so with that IP, now in your laptop, if you wanted to see the IP, you will see the IP. Where it will assign in your laptop, there will be a network adapter, NIC card. To that NIC card, temporarily that IP will allocate. So in the same way, when you will install the ESXi on physical server, in physical server also multiple NICs will be there. In our laptop, only one NIC. In physical server, as per the customer requirement, multiple NICs will be there. They may order 2, they may order 4. Okay, so with that 4 NICs will virtualize. So here the main function and main feature is, by using one physical network adapter, we can create multiple virtual NICs. So those virtual NICs, where it will create on this virtual switch. If you click on that virtual switch, you can see 2 virtual NICs will be there. Can you click on that virtual NIC, Amma?
This one, Sama?
Yeah, virtual switch. Yeah, I'm sorry. See, come down. If you are seeing right side, you just go up. Yeah, this is the virtual switch. As I told you, you have allocated the ESXi IP 192.168.1.150. Right side, you can see the vSwitch topology. Just can you please come down? Just click on it. Just stay here. vSwitch topology means that virtual switch complete topology it is. Okay. So if you are seeing here in the down, you can see the management network. There you can see the ESXi IP. It means when you will assign the IP, automatically one virtual NIC will create. That virtual NIC we used to call vMkernel port or vMkernel NIC. Okay, in virtual switch we have 2 type of NICs. We have 2 type of ports. NIC is nothing but port, guys. Okay, so 2 NICs will be there. One is a vMkernel port. This vMkernel port will be used for management traffic. Okay, management network. And top you can see, right, VM network. That VM network is nothing but whenever you are creating a virtual machines for the customers. So we will allocate that interface to customers to get the access. In our lab, in Soumya's desktop, you are seeing right side physical adapter. You have to locate the switch topology, ma. Yeah, right side you can see the physical adapter. Right side, yeah. So VM NIC 0. You have one physical NIC. On top of the physical server, you have installed the ESXi, right? Down, you install this ESXi on small server with 40 GB hard disk. Just stay 40 GB hard disk. Now, into that server, you have allocated one NIC. If you want, you can go and see. Can you go back to VMware workstation? Just workstation, ma. Yeah. Yeah. So right click on that and go to settings. VMware ESXi B is there, na? There you just right click. Top you can see VMware ESXi 8 or B, right? There you just right click.
To come back, to make the cursor active, we were pressing something, no?
Control Alt. Yeah. Just come back to the ESXi 8. Left side you can see, right? Two
You
Yeah,
can-
yeah, but this,
You can click
cursor
in the
is-
black window, then you will.
Yeah, come out from the back window. Control Alt, come out from black window. Yeah, just right click, settings, network adapters. How many network adapters you have? Only one. You can see network adapter. If you want to add, you can add. If you are down, you can see the add, right? But no need to do. Now, if you have two network adapters, here network adapter is there, na? There network adapter 0, network adapter 1. Two network adapters will be there. In the ESXi, you are seeing VMNIC 0, right? That is the physical network adapter on the server. You got my point? Say yes or no.
Can you repeat some?
Let me share my screen. Yeah. So please confirm once my screen is visible. Is my screen is visible?
Yes, Saman.
Yeah. So Soumya created one computer to do the practice. In that computer, she installed, let me just close it. I'll make it here. Soumya created one computer with some 40 GB hard disk, 2 NICs, and 2 CPUs, and 1 NIC. Right? When you will install the ESXi on this server, this ESXi, this 40 GB will virtualize, 2 NICs will virtualize, and this NIC also will virtualize. So virtualize in the sense here this NIC will be there. So in between ESXi and physical server, one virtual switch will create. Automatically one switch will create. That is called V switch. Okay. And now you will configure the ESXi IP, where you will configure automatically here one virtual NIC will create. And whatever the IP you will configure, that IP will apply here. And this virtual NIC will connect with this physical server, physical network adapter. This is how it works. Is that clear so far?
Yes, Saman.
See, now let me give you the brief explanation on the real time. Now you have two ESXis, like two physical servers. On top of those physical servers, you will deploy ESXi. Okay, this is one ESXi and this is one ESXi. Okay, ESXi 1, ESXi 2. Okay, so when you will install the ESXi, at that time you will configure the ESXi IP, that is called ESXi management network IP. So whenever you will configure the ESXi IP at that time, in the ESXi itself, one virtual switch will create. Okay, here also one virtual switch will create. This one we used to call vSwitch 1 and switch 2. Okay, so here one virtual NIC. Here also one virtual NIC will create. So to this virtual NIC, you will that ESXi IP will allocate. Okay, so this virtual NIC IP connected, right? This VMNIC, where it will replicate? So in this physical server, for an example, two NICs are there, physical NICs. Just assume this is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1. Okay, these two NICs connected to physical server only. This is 0, this is 1. This is 0, this is 1. VMNIC 0, VMNIC 1. Whenever you install the ESXi, this IP will configure in this virtual NIC. This one we used to call vMkernel network. We have two type of network adapters in virtual layer. One is vMkernel port. This one will be used for management network such as vMotion, vMotion, FT, etc. This is only for management network. Second one we have VM network. This is for virtual machines. Customer will access these virtual machines through this one. So how this will happen, in your infrastructure, you are the person and your team is deploying this entire infrastructure. So at that time you will do. Okay. So here also this vMkernel, sorry. Here also VMK1. Here 1 VMK1. Let me reduce. VMK1. And now, as I told you, this virtual NIC will connect with this physical NIC. This virtual NIC will connect with physical NIC. We will decide in earlier time with your architects. Two NICs are there. First NIC will use for management. Second NIC will use for customer access to the virtual machines. Okay. Now this is the stable one. And here after ESXi installation, you install the VC and added this to ESXi to VC. And now you wanted to migrate the VMs from here to here. You wanted to move the VM files from here to here. How it will happen? Yesterday I was telling, right? Yesterday we have seen the pre-requirements of the vMotion and storage vMotion. And there we have seen one of the pre-requirements says the vMkernel vMotion network should be enabled in source and destination ESXi. So in initial time, what you will do, you will create another vMkernel adapter for vMotion. This is for vMotion. And here also you will create another virtual NIC for vMotion. Okay. So that one probably connect with this first NIC only. This is the feature here. One NIC can share multiple networks. And if you wanted to create a storage vMotion, you can create a storage vMotion. 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 So this virtual NIC also will communicate with the first network, first NIC, physical NIC. And now if you will create one VM here, if you wanted to do the vMotion, this VM will convert as a image and it will travel from this vMotion network to this area and it will come to switch and it will select the respected physical NIC, and from here it will select the respected vMotion NIC, and in this way here this VM will replicate. I mean it will migrate. Okay. And yesterday I was telling fault tolerance. If the customer is asking for one of the virtual machine, he wants the fault tolerance. So what you have to do, you have to create another VM kernel. See, these all are management networks, guys. vMotion, vMotion, fault tolerance. These all are management network to manage the infrastructure. This is only for VM's network. So customer will get the, see for an example, customer is here. If he wanted to access this virtual machine, he will click that IP request will come to switch. and it will come to the physical respected physical NIC 2, and from here it will go to the VM. Like that. Okay. So FT, if you wanted to create a FT, you need to enable FT here in source ESXi with the new vMkernel port. And here also you need to create a new FT. Once you enable, you need to right click on the VM and you need to enable the FT. Once you enable the FT, the replicated secondary VM will choose in another ESXi. These two will be in sync. If this VM goes down, this VM will provide the access to customer. This is the virtual network part 1. And now, Soumya, could you please share your screen?
Yes, sir.
Don't worry. Just stay with me for 2 days. You will get the clear picture. Don't worry. Okay. And now, you open the VMware here, right? Yeah. Just a minute. Can you go up? Right side. Can you go up? Yeah. See, this is the virtual switch. So in this virtual switch, if you wanted to create a new network, now we are seeing ESXi management IP. Now we wanted to create vMotion. Just click on actions. Top you,
Action. Okay.
yeah. You can see add. Okay, just a minute. Now we are not in the vCenter, right? So we can't do it from here. Just click on the vSwitch again. Left side, left side, left side. Right, left side, you can see the vSwitch. Down, you can see more networks, right? Click on that, like networking. Yeah, top. Yes, wait. So as I told you now, we have two type of NICs, VM NICs and vMkernel NICs. vMkernel NICs you will be used for management. So you can see top next to the physical NICs, vMkernel NICs. You can see only one NIC. This is for ESXi. You can see the ESXi IP also 150. And now you wanted to create a vMotion network. So add vMkernel NIC. Yeah. And you can mention the network port type, vMotion. Just right click on, just close it, clear it, and vMotion. Okay. So as I told you guys, if you have the network for vMotion, there will be one VLAN ID. VLAN ID is nothing but, earlier also I was telling, right? It is a logical grouping of the network. If you have 256 IPs, for those 256 IPs, there will be a VLAN ID. So for vMotion, they will create some 200, 250 IPs and they will tag one VLAN ID. That ID we need to configure here. Okay. Just leave it up like that only and create the port group.
Just
Wait. So here, as I told you guys, for each and every network, there will be an IP. So you need to allocate the vMotion IP. Can you click on static? Yeah. Elaborate that IPv4 settings. No, not there. Yeah. You got it? There you need to configure the IP details. And now some voice is coming. Okay. So once you configure the vMotion IP, down you need to tag this virtual network for which service you are enabling. So we are making this network for a vMotion. You have to enable that vMotion and just click on OK. But now, as of now, just click DHCP. Just in real time, you have to configure the IP manually. Just create it. See, another vMotion network came. And if you want storage vMotion network, you need to add another one. If you want FT network, you need to enable the FT. You got my point? Stay with me. Stay with your confusion. If you have, that will clarify you. Don't worry. And whatever we are seeing now, This is a earlier workarounds. Now we are not doing this, but automatically this all setup will configure. That one I will tell you. Now we are learning about the standard switch, but in real time we are not going to use standard. We are going to use distributed switch. We are having two type of switches. One is standard switch, another one is distributed switch. Now I am explaining you about standard switch. Okay, and thank you, Soumya. I will share my screen now.
Okay, Samantha.
Yeah. So as of now, we have seen, right? Now what I will do, I will try to enable the FT. Just see. Very interesting topic, guys. Now we are going to see how the traffic will flow from one ESXi to another ESXi. Now, yesterday we were discussing about HA, DRS, how these VMs will move through this vMotion only, guys. From here to this virtual network, to the physical network, to the switch, and it will select the respected physical network. Then it will select the respected virtual network. Then the VM will replicate. There should be a interface, right? See, now my native is Andhra, Nellore. If I wanted to travel, there should be an interface. We have three type of interfaces. One is roadway interface, a railway interface, and airway interface. Right? I have to choose one interface, right? So I always tag a roadway. So I'll go my one. Like that, we have to make a setup for this infrastructure to stabilize. This is how. So to stabilize the infrastructure, we are making these networks, right? That's the reason these virtual networks will be deployed on vMkernel ports. vMkernel port is for management network. If you will deploy a virtual machine, that virtual machine will take a automatic VM network port. Okay, so that one we will see it now. No worries. See? Just a minute. Yeah. And I'm going to open our vCenter. See, if I am coming to ESXi1, configure, this is storage, and you can see the network. So in this network, you can see virtual switches. If you are seeing here, there is a switch, right? There is a switch. So in this switch, if you are seeing ESXi vMkernel adapter is there. So this ESXi IP will be here. And for storage migration, there is a vMkernel adapter. You can see that IP, right? If you're coming down, you can see the vMotion network adapter. This is a virtual NIC. See that IP. This is a virtual switch and the topology, which will show you how these virtual NICs are connected to the physical NIC. This is the physical NIC uplink. Okay. If you will come back to vMkernel adapters, the same adapters you can see. See here in virtual switch, you can see this one, VMK0. Here VMK1, VMK2. Those three NICs we can see here. The ESXi management network, storage, vMotion. And now I wanted to enable FT. You can see whenever you are creating a new network adapters, Soumya was showing in the ESXi, in a standalone ESXi. But here these ESXi's are part of the vCenter. So here itself you will get which network adapter you wanted to select, either vMkernel or VM. So if now we are connecting for fault tolerance, right? So that's why I am selecting vMkernel network adapter. See, this vMkernel network adapter will handles the traffic of ESXi services such as vMotion, These ISC, NFS, FCOE means storage, fault tolerance, vSAN, and host management. Okay, so I'll select this one, and this one I will tell you tomorrow. So here I will select the existing network. Okay, and select next. Here the network label. Label in the sense we are connecting for fault tolerance. Why it is not? Oh, okay. Okay, I got it. Just a minute. Okay. See, I'm selecting. As I told you guys, you can do this practice. vMkernel adapter. Select the vMkernel network adapter. Just go to next. Select the standard switch. Now we are discussing about standard switch. Guys, remember. Select the existing standard switch. We have the existing standard switch, vSwitch. Select this one and just go to next. And we are going to name it as a FT1. Okay. And I'm going to select the fault tolerance. Okay. So here we will select the VLAN. Okay. And if you're going back, you will assign the IP, but we are doing the practice, right? So I will select the automatic. So automatic IP will allocate. But in real time, you need to select this IPv4 and you need to enter the fault tolerance IP address, subnet mask, and gateway. Okay. So select, go to next, finish. If you will see VMK3, vMkernel adapter 3 created with FT1 name. And the same way, you will create the existing ESXi2 also. Add networking, click next, select the existing standard switch and go next. And here mention FT2 for your reference and change this VLAN to all and select the fault tolerance. These are the services, guys, management services. So selected fault tolerance and just click on next, finish. If you will see, you can see the vMkernel FT enter. Oh, this naming, I didn't change it actually. That's why. I can't able to change it now, but I can delete this. Remove. I will just remove and I'll create new one for your, again, you will get confused. So add network, existing switch, select next. This one I didn't cancel, remove FT2. Okay, and switch fault tolerance, next, finish. See, now we have FT2 in ESXi2, FT1 in ESXi1. So Tiny Linux VM is residing on where? ESXi2. Tiny Linux 2 in ESXi1. So what I will do, I will enable the fault tolerance on this VM. But if you wanted to enable the fault tolerance, thus that VM should be in powered off state. Remember. Okay. As part of that, right click on it, fault tolerance, still. Okay. It's supposed to be, but I don't know why. But let me create a new switch, new VM. Test one. Select the compute resources, storage. I'll select only one CPU and just 1 GB. And here also 1 GB. VM network. Test. Why it is not enabling? sometimes this, VMs will act like this. We have to be, okay. If I'm going here, okay. Just a minute. I got it. Tomorrow I will show you, but you can do this practice. What I am going to do in this VDA, I'm going to create new port group. I will make you to do this practice. Don't worry. New distributed port group. Empty. I'm coming back here. I can see. I can see. This is change, a bit strange, but I can make you to do that. But so far, you just check how to create the FT network. Just do that. Later, we will see how to enable the fault tolerance. So once you turn on the fault tolerance, it will ask you to select the destination ESXi. So once you will select, it will ask you to select the destination storage also. And once you click on OK, this tiny VM Linux VM is there, right? So here one bracket will create. In between that bracket, primary naming will come. In another ESXi, the same tiny Linux in bracket secondary. Like that, one more VM will create actually. Okay, so let's see. I need to work on this lab. Why? Because everything got changed. So I can show you in some time. So far, whatever is discussed, please go through and try to create the fault tolerance network adapters, virtual network adapters, and just have a look. Okay. Any doubts, guys? I'm asking you guys, please say yes or no.
No,
Any
sir.
doubt? Yeah. So today we just covered the virtual network introduction of standard switch, types of virtual adapters. So in real time, you are not going to create a standard switch. You are not going to create a virtual adapters like vMkernel adapters and all. That is a one-time task. But earlierly, we were doing these all tasks manually. But now a distributed switch into the place. It's a matter of right-clicking on adding the network adapters. Okay. So hope you guys understood this. If you guys have the doubts, just go through this video one more time and note down the doubts. So on Monday, I will take a 15 minutes again brief session about the standard switch, and I will go through and I'll go ahead for another topic that is called VDS, virtual distributed switch. So after these two classes, you will get a clear idea about the virtual network. You no need to worry about it. You have to know how the traffic will go from one ESXi to another ESXi. Is that clear? Guys?
Yes, Saman.
Okay. Thank you, team. And have a great weekend. Keep practicing. And if you guys have any doubts, please ping in the group, immediately I will just reply back. If I'm busy, I'll reply back in some time. Okay. Chalo guys, thank you so much. Have a great evening, weekend.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.